messy. I'm getting out of the house early on a Saturday, well, early for me, to do tires. So let's do that. Let's go hustle, get a set of fresh tires, start right up in the morning. Seems like a great car to me. Let's put tires on it and see how much better it drives. Let's go. Did I mention at 7:30 on a Saturday? Stopping by my local coffee joint, Homies and Mountain Grounds. Something caffeinated for my tire run. Okay, got me a mocha, and yeah, let's see, because this is the cup holder. And it is so not good. I realistically, I almost feel like it's broken. I'm gonna have to look into it because this is so unusable. Let me try and use two hands here. Like, does this flip down and it's supposed to hold? I don't. Okay, these fan out a little. Maybe that's the trick. Okay, then I have a new problem. I guess. All right, well, we're gonna hopefully not dump this all over the highway on the way to the tire shop. Let's ride. Okay. So as we drive into the sun here, the cup holder's working. I've managed to not be bashing my elbow into it somehow, and it is somehow secure. Now, it's frustrating. You have to use basically two hands to be able to put a cup in it. That seems pretty counterintuitive. And when it's closed, I still bump it open with my elbow, but it's working. The other thing I wanted to check in on is, yeah, tires and alignment are needed. I'm driving straight here, and the wheel is not. It's got its own thing going on. So yeah, that we'll get an alignment done when the new tires get installed. I'm only doing 65. Tires from 2008, I don't really want to go above that until I get fresh rubber on this thing. I don't want to blow a tire. I'll spill my coffee. So taking it straight, but I can feel that the tires are old. They're kind of lumpy and bumpy. There's a little bit of a vibration. I can feel through the steering wheel. So yes, new tires, alignment, coffee, all good things on a Saturday. Okay, starting off day 0 of the DWA Rally 15. It is, let's call it 3 o'clock. 46,003 miles right now. Let's see what that says at the end of the trip. All right, we're heading out. 91 degrees, less than a quarter tank-ish. We'll stop at the gas station. Let's go. Onwards and upwards. Okay, so currently pumping gas over there on the road, heading out for the Driving While Awesome Rally 15. It's their 15th rally. This is gonna be the 4th one that I've been on. Okay, about 90 miles in, and we are pulling over because there was this crazy noise. Something, I don't know what it was. It was speed dependent, not RPM dependent. I thought maybe it was a belt, because that's what it sounded like a high-speed slapping, buzzing, slappy, swami noise. And then it stopped abruptly. It got louder and louder and louder and louder and louder, and then it stopped. And I thought I saw a small piece of black something or other fall underneath the car, and I've got nothing else to show for it. So we're pulling over here real quick. We're gonna take a look. I have no idea what it could be. Again, it seemed like it was speed dependent, not RPM dependent. While I was making it to the next exit, I put it in neutral and coasted, and it seemed to be okay. So let's just pull over, see if we can figure out what the heck that was. Yeah, belts are good. It felt like it was a chunk of the belt. It felt to me like it was coming kind of front center. I guess we'll just soldier on. Let's go. Alrighty, so I've driven now, boy, 15 miles since the random kind of rattly, buzzing, something flapping loose noise, and no worse for the wear. So I don't know, maybe I ran something over and it got caught on the one of the axles, or again, it sounded like it was coming from center lower dash, like transmission area. So maybe on the drive shaft or the output shaft on the transmission. I don't know, but it's not here anymore. And the car seems to show no ill effects. So we're just gonna keep on keeping on. I do want to take a second while we are driving here on day 0 on the DWA Rally, making my way up to Anderson, California, which is just really right outside of Redding. Let's call it Redding. A little deeper dive on the story of why I am showing up in a Chrysler Crossfire. So the last DWA Rally that I went on in the 84 Supra, we ran into at lunch I don't know exactly which regionality it was, but it was something along the lines of the Pacific Coast Chrysler Crossfire owners group. They were on a rally themselves. And I don't know, 35, 40 Crossfires all in one spot, which is unusual to say the least, right? And they were having lunch at the same spot we were having lunch at. And, you know, our crew, if you will, this was the DWA Classic Rally, so it was all 1999 and older vehicles. And there was a smattering of different stuff, right? You know, Porsches, there was a 69 Camaro, I was in the Supra, a little bit of everything, right? 2002s, a lot of E36 M3s, and then a quiver of Crossfires. And you know, we had a very little discussion with them, honestly, there at the event, but it was interesting to kind of see the demographic, let's put it that way, of the people that were there, right? A little bit of an older crew. Many of them had matching hats. Many of them had Tommy Bahama style patterned shirts with Chrysler Crossfires kind of patterned into them, which at the time seemed kind of corny. In retrospect, I'm kind of into. It's kind of fun. And yeah, so they were having their group, and then afterwards, when we got done with our day of driving and we were back poolside, a number of us, I don't know, maybe 10 or so of us were hanging out by the pool at the hotel, and we were talking about the run-in with the Chrysler Crossfire crew, you know, almost as if it were a you know, couple of rival gangs coming together and meeting out in the wild, and being a little dramatic about it. And you know, some of the crew were kind of talking about, you know, that weren't sure there would be enough love for the Chrysler Crossfire for there to be enough of people to have a gathering, not of the Juggalos, but of the Crossfires. And just sure enough, there's enough fervor, enough interest in these cars, I can now say as a member of the Crossfire owners group, that you know, it kind of took some of the group by surprise. And so we were discussing it, and I was kind of talking about, boy, you know, I'm kind of into it. Let me see how much these cars are going for, because I think you could probably get one for not a lot of money, and I think it would be rad to show up to the next rally in a Crossfire. And as we were having this discussion, a gentleman, probably in his late 20s, early 30s, came up, approached us. Certainly, he was nice about it. It was that we had a chuckle, but he was part of the group, and he had overheard us speaking. And, you know, he kind of came up and said, hey, you know, people bag on the Chrysler Crossfire crew, but, you know, we travel, right? You know, he said, hey, I drove out from, I think it was Idaho, to be part of this group and drive. And, you know, a number of our crew had driven from a distance, and so we got to commiserate over that and congratulate him for it, and generally that's cool. That's really good that, you know, they've got people coming from all over the place. And he had mentioned how he kind of thought Crossfires were lame until his grandmother got one, which we had a chuckle in the moment, but now I'm starting to get it now that I am spending time on a Crossfire. And then he got to spend time with his grandmother's Crossfire, and he got to enjoy it, and he went and picked himself up a Crossfire. And it kind of became a little bit of the inside joke of the rest of our drive from our group about, you know, what do you call a group of Crossfires? And we decided it was called a quiver. And, you know, Are they good cars or not? You know, do we like the styling or not? It became an inside joke, a bit of a debate, and I said to a couple of people, you guys watch, I'm gonna come to the next rally in a Crossfire. And here we are. I am driving this Crossfire. I am finding myself, it is endearing, this little car. I haven't done anything too fun with it other than spend money on tires, have a weird noise come out of the underside of the car while driving it, and just soak up some freeway miles. So, but even in that, I found it slightly endearing, and we'll see how it does for the rest of this drive. Effectively, I bought this car as an inside joke. I think it's going to be better than an inside joke. I do think I'm going to continue to fall for this little car. So far, there have still been some things that I have found that I don't absolutely love. The shift action is still, it's kind of bulky. It's kind of clunky. It's not super smooth. The shift knob itself, yeah, it's metal and it's weighted, but the finish on it, it just feels cheap, and it gets hot in the sun. I don't love that. The rear visibility, especially when the rear spoiler comes up, I don't know if you can see it in the GoPro right now. It's not great. It really isn't. All that said, I don't know. It's quirky and weird, and I like quirky and weird cars. Frankly, I like bad cars, and so maybe I'm not the best judge of this thing. But cruising down the freeway, I'm excited for day one of the drive tomorrow, where we're going to find some twisty roads. We're going to find some back roads, and I'm going to get an opportunity to really see what it does. But for now, I'm driving the inside joke. I like it. I don't know. Come with me, and we'll see. No, none of that. But you get to tag along. You know, normally I go on these drives, and I bring a co-pilot, right? This is the fourth one I've been. This is gonna be the only one I haven't had someone come with me to be my co-pilot, and you get to be my co-pilot, dear watcher. So thank you for that. I think this is gonna be a good time. You'll get to learn the Chrysler Crossfire with me, and hopefully live to tell the tale. Hopefully no more random things and noises and dings and bongs and things go wrong. And it's smooth sailing. That's what I intend to keep all four wheels on. I'm not the guy that goes 9/10 or 10/10 on what is effectively a rolling cars and coffee, right? I like to say on these driving rallies, there are no winners, right? It's not a competition. It's not an exhibition of speed. Have some fun, but you know, there are no winners. There absolutely are losers. If you wreck yours ished and damage your car, or God forbid anyone else's, you are the loser. Don't be the loser. So that's my plan, is to just have fun with a quirky car, have fun with good people, and make people smile with a Chrysler Crossfire. The inside joke. So, all right, well, let's see how the rest of this drive goes. We've got, I believe, 70-ish more miles left in the drive to get to the hotel, get some dinner, fuel back up, and be ready for driver's meeting in the morning. Let's soldier on.